this one. This is the first one I'm doing of the day. And by the way, earth-shattering this year for Fan Expo, literally, because did you guys feel the earthquake earlier?
Yes!
Yeah, how about that? So much fanfare. By the way, let's give a shout out to the shadow in the second row here. That is incredible. Love to see that. We have a great panel of guests coming up, and I'm going to be here all weekend as well, so make sure you stop by, say hi, get some merch, and just have fun. We will open it up for some Q&A after I talk to our esteemed guests here, who are, of course, from Sonic Prime! Woo! Yes! Who's all Sonic fans here? Yeah! That's good, because you were in for a treat. So, without further ado, let's bring out our 7 cast members of Sonic Prime, starting with Deven Mack. Let's hear it!
Woo! Go Sonic! Woo! Go Sonic!
Brian Drummond.
Woo!
Please welcome Ashley Ball. Ian Hanlon. Let's hear a round for Shannon Chan Kent. Kazumi Evans. And last but not least, Vincent Tong. Yes. Welcome. All right, here's our wonderful, you guys grab your mics there and make sure that they work. Testing.
Eggman is the best.
Are we treating some beatboxing?
Yeah. What's up, y'all? Yo, feel good?
You know, get your slide down, so I'll go down to the end. All right, so we want to make sure everyone's got something to say. Multiple voices for a lot of these people that, do different voices and characters and things like that. So why don't we start with Ian? We'll go down the row, and you just tell us who you voice in Sonic Prime, and what's your favorite part about doing that character or characters? What you kind of bring to that?
I can hear you.
There you go.
There it is.
No.
Take mine, you can borrow mine. We're sharing, it's wonderful.
Hi, I'm Ian Hanlon. I voiced Shadow. I voiced Shadow and Big the Cat on Sonic Prime, which was a ton of fun. Every record was fun because I got to be really dark and gritty, and then I got to be fun and lighthearted. So I left feeling great after every session.
Let's give that mic a try.
Hi, my name is Kazumi Evans, and I voice Rouge, the bat.
Yay!
On Sonic Prime. I think my favorite part of voicing is voicing a villain. I always love voicing a character that you're not quite sure if she's good or bad. And also getting to voice a pirate like Baton Rouge.
This is going to take me a while.
My name is Vincent Tong. I play several characters.
Knuckles.
The first characters I got was this little baby called Dr. Babbles. That was fun. And of course Dr. Toad, who's like a teenager and he just doesn't care about anything. And Dr. Deep, because he knows all of those philosophical ramifications of yoga, and he can do a nasty downward dog. I also play Knuckles.
Knuckles!
Knux, Renegade Knux, yo, what's up from New York City? Yeah, that's right. And gnarly Knuckles, man, the trees are talking to us, man. And my favorite,
Pirate Knuckles!
Dread. Knuckers the Dread. How me beauty.
Yes!
There's no roles for the rest of us to play. Vincent got them all. So, believe it or not in Sonic Prime, I am the very first voice of Knuckles in Sonic Underground.
Yeah, that was you.
Back in the day with the amazing Jaleel White.
Yeah.
But now, when I auditioned, they told me to do a side profile, and they went, Brian, you're looking more Eggman than Knuckles now, so I got the role of Eggman, and I also play Mr. Dr. Eggman in the alternate universe, as well as Dr. Dunnett, the old cranky one that can't stand that foul blue beast. That's who I am.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Hello, I am Shannon Kent, and I play Amy. Rose. And all of her shattered other split personalities, Black Rose, Thorn Rose, Rusty Rose. And, yeah. I was also in the Sonic movie, the very first Sonic movie as the Roadhouse waitress.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
you forget it, guys.
Yeah.
Don't you forget it.
Awesome.
Tails.
Crossover, right?
I
Tails.
knew I recognized you from somewhere. Hi, everybody. I'm Ashley Ball, and I play Tails, and sometimes Nine, who's a little bit evil, and all the other different versions of Tails in all the other universes, and it's so nice to be here with you. And I love this is the first time ever that this whole cast has been together, because we started recording during COVID, and we're all together because of you, so thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Hey everybody!
Sonic.
My name is Deven Mack, and I did the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in Sonic Prime. Woo! As well as a few other characters like King Sonic from the Double Trouble episode, who sounds like a certain other hedgehog from another point in time.
Uh-huh.
I also voiced Orbot, as well as Cubot. So did a few different evil robots, and of course Mr. Bluey McSpeed Fast himself. And had a really great time with the show. My favorite moments, honestly, were the really personal moments that Sonic had with Nine. Those really meant a whole lot to me, just the really heartfelt sort of stuff. And I also thoroughly enjoyed torturing Shadow.
Yahoo! Sonic Adventure 2.
Respond to that.
Tough job, but we got through it.
Now, I grew up in the 90s, dating myself slightly here. I remember Sonic when it came out on Sega Genesis, and it was
Yeah.
like the craziest thing we'd ever seen. It was like, like more bits and more color, and Sonic was immediately a fan favorite. And then the world that was created, the universe, and it built from there, and it became such a charming part of the lexicon of pop culture. Sonic's bigger than ever now. We've got 3 movies. We've got another on the way. Sonic Prime is the 6th animated series in the franchise, and so it's like this, train keeps rolling, for lack of a better word. For all of you, and anybody can just, it doesn't matter what order. What do you think? Why do people connect with Sonic so much, and why is the character in that universe so special to you personally, and being part of the Sonic universe as well? We'll just throw it up there for anyone.
Devin, come on.
Devin.
It's up to Sonic to save the day as usual. All right. I would say it's because you've just got such a colorful world of all of these different characters and all of these distinct personalities. So I think it's very easy for people to latch onto that world, whether it's an individual character or just being able to see themselves within that world interacting with those characters. So it's just something really special that unites so many people. And also every single song is an absolute bop, so there's that too. Live and learn!
Yes.
When I heard you got the part of Sonic, Devin, I was so happy, because it takes a true nerd of this culture to represent Sonic, man. And I wish I was as nerdy as you. I wish, man. I'm still trying, man. So I'm so happy. So happy.
Nobody does it better, I'm telling you.
I balance it with coolness though, right?
Oh yeah,
cool too,
yeah,
cool. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody else on why the characters are so endearing and why they just love being in this world?
I think it's just it's like you said, it's been around since the 90s. It's like a huge empire to kind of slip into and try and recreate as a voice actor. It's just the coolest ever. So yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild because it's like there's an innocence about Sonic, a naivete, if you will, and he's sort of this fish out of water in the movies, being on Earth. But it's that beautiful blend of fantasy, humor, science fiction, all that stuff rolled into one. You got great characters, great villains, and
Everybody loves a lovable smartass, though, don't we?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I mean, come on, we just do.
And the multiverse is huge in Prime. So we'll start with Deven at the end there. Do you have a favorite version of the characters that you voice on the show? And we'll just go down the line and just talk to us about who you particularly love voicing and why.
For me, it's pretty well a tie between just the regular Prime Sonic and as well as Chaos Sonic the robot, because I'm literally getting to pay tribute to the Sonic that I grew up with, which was the 90s Jaleel White from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I hate that rotten hedgehog! Love that show. So to kind of get to dip into that was really, really cool, to get to play off of myself with the more modern, sort of regular hip Sonic. That was really great. But my favorite world overall was definitely New York City. I love that sort of dystopian vibe of this world where Eggman won, and we've got these kind of grittier takes on characters. Tails is already my favorite character, so to get to see Tails without a Sonic was just a really, really cool thing to explore. And that really hit with me on just a really emotional level as well. So yeah, really, really digged exploring that world.
Yeah, I think I might agree with New York getting to play like a kind of damaged Tails who didn't have a best friend, and it was just really hard for me, you know? So that was, we went to some emotional depths there that I don't think I've been to before as a voice actor. Like, it was, you know, a lot of trauma that Tails had gone through. So that, I think that's my favorite. Although it was fun playing mangy Tails, who just gets to be like, that's always fun as a voice actor.
Yeah, I'm glad to touch on the emotional poignancy of the show, because that's a common compliment where people think, you know, I'm going to check out this new Sonic show, but then they're like, wow, I was amazed how deep it is, and they got really invested in the emotions of the characters. So it's very layered, and yeah, we're talking about an animated show, but there's a lot of different kind of emotional beats there, right? Which must be very satisfying as performers.
I hate emotions.
Of course you do, Eggman.
I also said I like, it's a toss-up between Amy Rose, like prime Amy Rose, and then New York City Rusty Rose. And I think why with Rusty, when we first started trying to find her voice, it was very robotic, and she did not have too many emotions when you first start listening to her. But then throughout the series, she starts to get a little bit more emotional, and I agree with Ashley. Like, I had a really, not a hard time acting, but there were moments where I was like, I don't know how to toe the line between being a robot and like being emotional, and then not being emotional and being a robot, and I was like, this is too hard. But I think I did okay.
Also,
I think it worked out.
Our voice director, James, was very, very integral to all of our acting choices.
Yes, very much, very much.
And it did work out. You were great.
Well, he had to tie this. Usually this show, we would do what's called prelay, and when they cast this show, if COVID didn't happen, we would have all been in a room together, recording the show together, bouncing our dialogue off each other, working with each other, which we love doing and have all done together on many shows. But this show, we had to go in one at a time, just do your dialogue, and James Corrigal, the director, had to find the best ways to take all the best takes, make all of it work, which has got to be unbelievably difficult to put those pieces together, because that wasn't something that we had ever had to do before on a prelay show.
Yeah,
so it was new to him as well.
Huge challenge to find those beats when you're not sort of interacting all together in a cohesive way, just to kind of like go on your own. And that must have been totally different for you and
Completely different,
unprecedented. Yeah.
Keeping track of all the multifacetedness of all of our characters.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many different personalities within the same character. So for him to keep track of that, and then for us to keep also account of, you know, what voices we've done for which personalities, and do they gel with everyone else's choices for all those different facets. Yeah, it's very complicated.
Yeah, it's almost like that It's Always Sunny meme where it's just like all the strings onto the Post-its, you know? Victor, how about you? Vincent, sorry.
So I got the doctors first. I was cast as Dr. Babbles, Deep, and Don't. And then it wasn't until like a few months later I got cast as the Knuckles guys. And so I got thrown in sort of in the deep end and had to do multiple episodes. And of course, you know, I enjoy the New York as well. You know, it's super fun playing Knucks and just, you know, doing a New York accent, which I just freaking love to do. I don't know where the heck I'm from New York, but you know, it works. But, yeah. But I'm a huge Disneyland fan and I love Pirates of the Caribbean. So like, playing a pirate was a dream come true. But man, did my throat kill. I think there was a bit of blood all over the script when I was finished. But it was like, yeah, like 4 hours of me yelling about my beauty. Yeah.
Who doesn't love doing a pirate voice? I mean, honestly.
Well, I'll try for 4 hours.
Pretty fun.
All right.
Baton Rouge was pretty fun myself, yes. James Locker. No, I think definitely playing Rebel Rouge was a lot of fun. I felt like I was the leader of the resistance from Star Wars, at least that's what was playing in my head. Nice. So kind of getting to do a voice straight like that and playing Rebel as kind of a hero against Eggman, it was a lot of fun.
And Ian, give it a try.
Is this guy?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. There's only one ultimate life form, so there are no variants of Shadow.
Yeah,
But
there is.
I also voiced Big the cat, and there were variations on Big. And my favorite variation of Big is Catfish, because we didn't realize until basically the end of the series that Catfish hadn't said anything. And he had one line, and as we were setting up the record for it, I just randomly because they were all sort of different shades of Big, you know, there was the Angry Cat and Big the Cat, and you know, they were kind of in that space. And for that one, we were getting ready, and I just off mic sort of just went, "Oh, thank you for that, old chap." And James was like, "That's funny," and a couple other people laughed at it, and they were like, "Can we do that? Has he said anything yet? Can we?" And so it's the one line that he has in the whole show, and he just talks like that, and everybody looks at him like, "What?" And then it's just never commented on ever again. So that was my favorite variant that I ever did.
Nice one. What was the sort of root of that? Was that just like with your English voice that you had kind of like in the background?
I just thought it was funny, and he wears like a little.
Distinguished.
I didn't know it at the time, and I don't know if it happened before I did the voice or after. But they gave him like a little bowler hat and sort of like.
Oh, there you go.
And I was like, "Oh, he's a gentleman." There we go. This is perfect.
Yeah. All right, who wants to ask some questions? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to go with the mic, come into the audience, and I want to ask first of all, though, before we take some questions. There's a lot of stuff that floats around on the internet about rumors, you know, the future of the show. 3 seasons I know, but could we ever see another season? Could we get this group back together for Sonic Prime in some iteration? Like, what do you think?
They don't tell actors anything. We are so low on the totem pole. But you know, if you want another season of Sonic Prime, this is where it has to begin.
You gotta make it happen.
You know how to write
Let
those.
Netflix know you want more Sonic Prime.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's where
We
it
would
happens.
really much like it too. Yeah.
Yeah, but we haven't been told of another season yet. We'd love to.
Okay, awesome. Well, you heard them. You got to let the people, the execs know that you want more Sonic Prime. We'll take some questions from the audience, and I believe you have one for Ian.
So I have a question for Ian. Have you heard, oh wow, this thing is not working. I'm just gonna use my voice.
Hello, check.
Have you heard Shadow's Japanese voice actor, Koji Yusa?
I have, yes.
He's awesome. No,
Incredible.
I would switch between the English dub and then Japanese dub because he's been voicing Shadow since Sonic Adventure 2. And then, did you take inspiration from the other Shadow voice actor from Sonic Generation, Kurt something? I forgot his last name.
Kurt Thornton.
Yeah, did you take inspiration?
I made a point when I was auditioning for the character of listening to a little bit, but not too much. Because I needed to get the vibe, because it's a character that exists, so you can't just totally create it out of whole cloth. But I wanted to keep it in that space. So I listened to a little bit of Adventure 2.
Adventure 2.
A little bit of Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, with the guns.
Yes, I know that one. They represented the movie.
They did, yes.
Yeah,
She knows her stuff.
And then
Yeah,
a
your
little bit of that, and a
microphone
little bit of
doesn't
that.
work. I'm just gonna use my.
Okay, you just
That's
project.
And then I sort of decided, okay, now I need to step away and kind of make it my own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely took a little bit of inspiration there, and then sort of rolled with it.
Fun
We all
fact.
know that Keanu listened to Ian
Yeah.
before he did the role.
Yeah. Fun fact: Usa also plays voices a character in Black Butler. I don't know who.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I forgot. I like the song. He was also a singer, Koji Usa, Shadow's Japanese voice actor.
That tracks.
My favorite song is, if you ever hear it, Shampoo Dream.
All right, noted. Thank you so much for the question. I'm gonna go over here.
Shampoo Dream.
You want to stand up and just let us know who your question is for, and you can give it your name too.
Hi, I'm Avery. This
is for Ian.
Does Prime Shadow have a Maria?
Does Prime Shadow have a Maria? Every shadow has a Maria. But there's only one Maria.
Aww.
Somehow that makes sense.
Good question. Okay, over here. You got a question for the cast? What's your name?
Lois.
Who do you want to talk to?
Amy Rose.
Amy Rose. Question over here for Amy Rose. Stand up and you ask your question.
How can you do your voice that good?
Oh, bless your
Great
heart.
question.
How can I do my voice that good? Oh gosh, I don't know. I feel, well, I've been voice acting for over 20 years now, so I have a little bit of experience, but I feel like this was the voice I was born with. So I feel like I'm quite lucky in that respect. But there's, well, was I born with Amy's voice? Not exactly, but I did go to acting school, so I learned how to act. But I don't know, that was a very sweet question. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Great question. Lots of practice, right? Yeah, let's give it up for her. Nice job. All right, stand up. And who's your question for?
Either Sonic or Shadow. Or if you guys both want to answer the other.
Let's go.
I was gonna say, what's your favorite interaction between each other?
Favorite interaction. For me, it is the first episode of part 2. That's the Avoid the Void episode. And that one is just entirely Sonic and Shadow bickering like an old married couple. Wink, wink. And
I shipped them.
my personal favorite moment was when Sonic saves Shadow and he's got the line, I'm gonna hold this over your head forever.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that was my favorite episode as well. And Brian mentioned we didn't record this show together. That was the only episode
That's right.
that was recorded together, and it was because Deven reached out to James, the director, the night before, and said we have to do this together. The whole thing is just a two-hander. It won't work if we're not. So and I think
That's
there's more
part of the story.
Yes. Take it.
Okay, I'll tell the longer version, but I'll make it as fast as possible. Some of you already know, but many of you don't. I used to be really, really into basketball, so much so that I played ball with Stephen Curry. When we were in grade 8 together, we went to the same school in Toronto. And I've been a Golden State Warriors loyalist ever since. And so, I got a random text one night from the voice director, James Corrigal, because the Warriors, my Warriors, were beating up on the Toronto Raptors. So I got this message saying, I think I'm going to punish a certain hedgehog tomorrow by giving him a huge amount of screamy lines. And I said, well, James, I enjoyed the screamy lines. So if you really, really want to punish me, make sure that I don't get to record at the same time as Ian over Zoom. And he's like, oh shoot, the episode's just you two? I'm gonna see if Ian will come in 3 hours earlier, and you can work together. And that's how it panned out. So thank you, Stephen Curry.
Thanks, Steph.
Nice one. All right, we'll take a question over here. Just let us know who your question's for.
Question for both Shadow and Sonic. Do you guys support Sonato?
No.
Ooh, on the spot. Yeah.
Please don't.
Like,
Dear
why
God.
not? Why not? Like, you know what I mean? I support all responsible shipping.
Shut Amy.
I will say, so when people ask me what my favorite ship is, I tend to say the Angel's Voyage. It's a really, really great pirate ship. I'm a big fan of that one. I also love that rocket ship that Metal Sonic had in Sonic 4. But on the topic of Sonato, my official stance is I have no strong feelings one way or another, but I do enjoy teasing things here and there so people can interpret it however they like.
Say teasing again.
All right, just tell them your name and who your question's for.
I'm Olivia. Question for Ian and Deven Mack. What is your most favorite line and least favorite line?
Ooh. My favorite line, I am the ultimate life form. I go wherever I want. Least favorite line, ah! Every time they made us scream or anything like that.
James should have given you all the screaming lines. For me, probably my favorite, well, I did already mention one. Another one I did quite enjoy was the I heart you too, Shadow. Because again, every time I get to tease him, it's wonderful. I loved, for Chaos Sonic in the Double Trouble episode where I got to do the, you face it, you'll never beat me, you're too slow. And least favorite lines, honestly, was anytime Sonic didn't acknowledge Nine as his own person. Every time he kept calling him Tails, I just wanted to just bonk him on the head. I'm like, no, he's his own homie. Gotta give the dude some respect. And eventually he does that. But I was pretty mad at Sonic sometimes in that script, not gonna lie.
All right, we'll take one over here. Just give us your name and who your question's for.
Hi, my name is Layla. This is kind of for everybody, actually, if that's okay. My question is, were there any lines you guys had to record that, like, for one reason or another, whether it be like emotional beats in the line or having voices hard in your throat, like you said, Red? Were there any lines that were like particularly difficult for you to say, to record? Like, maybe, yeah, was there anything that was particularly difficult?
When Sonic and Shadow have to work together, and he has to say together, I think I did that line like 20 plus times to get the, like James was like, I think we can, not quite, I think maybe a little more here, a little more there, to get the perfect together. Like just that kind of, yeah.
Tortured Shadow is music to my ears.
I think for me, because I got to play many characters, so I had a pretty difficult time sometimes going from like Dr. Deep to like Gnarly Knuckles or like Pirate Dread. They would all sort of sound the same after a while, and they all had to fight each other, so it was a heck of a time trying to keep all those guys straight. But it was all fun.
Okay, we'll take a question over here on this side. Just give us your name and you've got the little shadow there, the plush shadow, and who your question's for.
My name is Roderick, and I was just wondering, for the versions for characters, like your favorite versions, what do you think their favorite foods are?
Favorite foods for the favorite versions of characters. That's deep.
Berries. Berries.
Sea dogs! I don't know what they're made of though.
I gotta say, I love chili dogs. How about you, Nine?
I hate chili dogs.
All right, thank you so much. Oh yeah, keep going. Don't let us stop you.
I have.
Yeah, what's yours, Shannon? Just do it. You better be character appropriate.
Oranges. So, who's my other one? Thorn, Rusty, who am I missing? Black Rose doesn't get scurvy.
She Googled that right before she got it.
Nice. You gotta get your vitamin C. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Yes, go ahead, over here. Want to just stand up?
So my question is, if all of you could switch your roles with one or the other in the cast, who would you switch with? So like, would you switch with, who would you switch with? If you could switch to playing Shadow, or you could switch to playing Dr. Eggman, or whoever, who would each of you switch with?
Okay.
Talk about multiverse.
Okay. This is a tough one. And I will first off say I do not believe I could do it nearly as well as him, not even close. But since Jason Griffith did do it, I would probably lean towards Mr. Edgy McDarksoul himself.
See, you could have taken my job, no problem.
Let's hear your Sonic. I want to hear your Sonic.
No, I auditioned with Sonic and didn't get it, so.
Hey, I auditioned for Shadow and I didn't get it, so perfect.
It all balances out.
I auditioned for Amy, and that would have been a nice one to do, like a normal woman voice, girl voice, but I could never do it as well as Shanny. Buttery chops, Shanny.
When some of the roles first came out, I know there was a lot of chatter online. Ryan's back, because I voiced Knuckles originally in Sonic Underground, so he must be coming back as Knuckles. I read for Knuckles, wasn't nearly good enough. The voice was just not where it was. But Eggman, it was there. But if Eggman had a choice to be anyone else, it would probably be Rouge. Come on, really?
Amy probably. I auditioned for all of the. I auditioned for Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, and this is what I'm saying, Devin. I'm not a good nerd because I didn't do my research very well, and I was like, okay, this guy, he's like from New York City. He's got like a New York accent. So I was coaching with Charlie Adler for this part, and my take on it was I did Mike Tyson impersonation. So I'm nuts, man. I'm gonna go punch that Sonic the Hedgehog. That was my audition. And I'm very surprised they gave me Knuckles after that.
Now I'm kind of wishing we got that though.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Maybe sometime soon.
Okay, we'll take a question over here. Stand up and just give us your name and your question.
Shawana, I have a question to ask for Rouge.
Woo!
Do you think Rouge would do hot ones, like eating like spicy wings? Rouge.
Sorry?
Would Rouge do Hot Ones, be a guest on Hot Ones?
Oh,
Try some
absolutely.
spicy wings.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I would, and I would make it to the last level, and I would still be standing. I'd make them sweat, honey.
Kazumi is also a big foodie. She's a big foodie.
But Kazumi would, but she died.
Folks, I see a lot of hands, and I'm really sorry we're running out of time really fast. We'll have time for probably a couple more, but I think it's a testament to what, how amazing the show is and what an impression you've made on everyone, because they all want to talk to you. So kudos. Let's hear it again for our panel before we close it out.
Let's hear it for you guys.
Beautiful fans here. Yes. All right, go ahead.
Hello. I got a question for all of you. What is your favorite Sonic game?
2.
Nice.
Sonic Dream Team on the Apple Store, which is not on all the systems yet, and it definitely should be. And I'm also going to go ahead and say Sonic Frontiers,
I don't like
Sonic
that one.
CD,
Yeah!
and Sonic Forces.
Spinball.
Yes, I haven't beaten all those, but I've beaten those ones.
Whatever I played at Caitlin Cram's house in grade 5 in the 90s, that's the one. That's my
the
favorite.
one.
The number one for Sonic games.
Yes. The OG.
I have never played a Sonic game. The little blue hedgehog sucks. Period.
That hurts, you know.
Listen, I didn't play a Sonic game, but I had a crush on Sonic. Is that weird? Is that weird?
I had a crush on it too! Oh my god! Aww.
I'm not ashamed.
And then you became his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Full circle. Full circle.
Okay, 2 more questions. We're running out of time. Go ahead. What's your name and your question?
My name is Sophia. Hi. Thank you for all coming here. And my question is about a script. What you may say about the script? How many times it was changed before final cut?
How many times did the script change before the?
Oh, it was a lot. A lot of changes happened. I think in the very beginning, there was a recording, and then we had to take a little bit of a break because then a lot of changes happened.
Didn't we do like 8 episodes or something, and then it just stopped?
Yeah.
7 or 8, the whole show stopped and we thought we were all fired.
Because there's so many multiverses to go through, so they had to keep everything cohesive, but entertaining enough to go to different places and keep mystery. But yeah, there was a lot of changes. And I wanted to add that I thought I had the last line of the whole show until I actually watched it, because the last line of the script was Dr. Babbles, who just went, he never spoke. Just like sort of like you, Ian, with Big. But he took out his pacifier when he saw some ominous thing coming in. And Babbles' line was gonna be, oh, coconuts. And I recorded that in so many different ways. I was like, oh, coconuts. And like, oh, coconuts. Or like, oh, coconuts. Like he would have like a man's voice. It never stuck. And we got a bit of a different ending. I mean, the ending was different too. That changed a lot.
Sure was.
Things changed.
Thanks a lot for the question. Okay, final question goes to Sonic right here. Let's hear it for the questions.
Go Sonic!
Sonic with the cool hair.
Thank you. This might be kind of a basic question, but if you, excluding the series or the games you've already voice acted in, if you had the chance to voice act in any piece of Sonic media, what would it be besides Prime, obviously?
Oh my god, thank you.
Oh no.
So any other Sonic property other than Prime, what would you want to dabble in?
How about that? Oh, I'm gonna show some nerdiness here. That detective mystery game, The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, if they put voices in it, that would be awesome.
I just want a part in the movie when it comes back, like Shannon. I just want some space time with Jim Carrey and whoever else is there.
Listen, Amy
They did
Rose
film it
is going to be in Sonic 4. Let's manifest that for me.
I just want to see Keanu and do kung fu with him.
I'd love to do Eggman in the movies, but there's already another cool Canadian who has the job. I'll let him keep it.
I would just like any part in the movies, let's be honest.
I'd love to be retrofitted into one of the Genesis games and have my voice crunched down really like, so it'd be like, and they'd be like, I think he said he's the ultimate life form.
All right, we're glad we gave you the final word. That